All those people, the Star Wars rush. It's amazing. Lined up to see this movie. Looking for that Star Wars rush. Oh, there's nobody here. It's just me. Yeah, big Star Wars rush. I just barely made it. The lines are atrocious. It's so hard to get into Star Wars. Look at all those people. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. I don't know what we're going to do. There's so many people lined up. I'm not sure where I'm going to sit. I don't know. Oh, look, thank God I have a numbered ticket. I mean, otherwise this would be embarrassing. Okay, some people showed up. Still not that many when you think about it. Welcome to A Poor Millionaire with your host Curtis. Today I just watched the most boring movie in the history of cinema, and I think it brings in what Disney already knows. Cinema is dead. Disney has rode it into the ground. They pumped out every single good movie they possibly knew they had in their story, every good idea they knew that would get them $1 billion, because they knew this is the last run. This is it. This is all done. They know they're going to get $1 billion off this piece of crap labeled Star Wars, and they said, hey, let's just ride it into the ground, right? Ride it into the ground. This movie is just trash from beginning to end. It's just like Last Jedi, only worse. J.J. Abrams knew that it was going to be, J.J. Abrams knew there was no way to make people happy, so he tried to make everyone happy so he could minimize the damage. This movie was all about minimizing damage. Minimize. But when you're in this mode, you're basically, it's not about telling a story. There is no story to this movie. There's no story. There's no characters you care about. There's nothing in it. There's no stakes. It's like the entire movie, you just don't care. I mean, I had to force myself to stay awake. It's like, and this is spoilers, guys. Spoilers. The entire Rebel army is like nothing but women, and one fat guy, one really skinny guy. That's it. I mean, literally everyone is women. And I love women, all right? I want women in action movies. I got no problem with that. But just like when every single character, the woman fixing the ship, there's a woman driving it, there's a woman, in the background. It's like every single character is like 50 pounds. I mean, little tiny, petite, little, every single, the entire Rebel army is like, it's like nothing but women. It's like all the men went out and fought and died, and then what's left over is all the women, which would make sense if that actually happened, right? Maybe that's what they were going for, because literally the entire army is nothing but women. And one fat guy, one skinny guy, and that's it. And in the end, they got two ugly lesbians kissing. It's just like they had to throw it in there just at the end, even though they're giving you a fan service, like every possible fan service you could possibly imagine. They've got Ewoks, they've got Luke's house, they've got both lightsabers, they got Luke Skywalker, they got Han Solo, they got Princess Leia. It's like, we've got everybody, we're bringing everybody. And of course the Emperor comes back. And then it's just so stupid. You know exactly what's going to happen before it happens. Every single step of the way of this movie, it's like, there is no surprise this entire movie. You're not surprised by anything. The only thing I was surprised about, the only thing I was surprised about in this movie, in this entire movie, was at the end of it, people in my theater actually clapped. Alright? Also, there were empty seats in the theater I was in. This is the first showing of a Star Wars movie, right, with empty seats, right? And everybody that showed up for the movie, they showed up like 10 minutes before. Literally. Like the entire theater was empty up until 10 minutes. What happened to people showing up early? And as far as like people dressing up, I think I saw 2 people dressing up, and they were part of some company that was giving out stuff, trying to do some promotion. That's it. Nobody cares about Star Wars anymore. And why? Why? Because they've driven this franchise into the ground. It's like I'm on a rant here because this is incredible. It is incredible when basically Disney took a $4 billion franchise. All you needed to do is pop out good, decent movies. Not even good movies. If they were just decent, people would have lined up for hours to get tickets and just handed you their money. They would have bought their kids gobs and gobs and gobs of toys, right? But no, there is no toys, right? Nobody's buying the toys anymore. Mattel is like, Hasbro's like, no, I don't want this crap anymore. No one's buying it. No one cares about Rose Tico action figures. Nobody cares about Rey action figures. Nobody wants a Poe Dameron, all right? What person would you want to be in this movie? I mean, seriously, name one person you would want to be in this movie. No one, right? No, there's not a single person in this movie that you'd want to be. Would you want to be Rey? I mean, the person that is like, what is she? I mean, she's just like, she's miserable. She's insufferable. She's just there. I mean, she has the charismatic of a cardboard box, the charisma of a cardboard box. She's so boring. I'm watching her on screen and I'm just falling asleep watching her. I don't care. Nothing in this movie makes you care. Nothing makes you care about Star Wars. Nothing makes you care about this movie. I mean, there's nothing interesting. Nothing ever happens. There's no interest in anything. There's nothing interesting. Nothing cool. Like, okay, 2 cool scenes. There's only 2 cool scenes in the whole entire movie, and both of them destroy Star Wars once again. It's like the Hodor removal all over again. We're gonna blast your spaceship through another spaceship all over again. All right. Evidently, and we're just gonna hand out force powers like they going out of style. You get a force power. You get a force. Well, guess what? It is just wizards in space now. Everything is wizard. Everything's witchcraft, right? Because evidently Rey and Ben Solo, or Kylo Ren, whatever you want to call them, now they can like actually teleport items to each other at will. So at one point, Rey drops her lightsaber behind her back, and it magically teleports to Kylo or Ben Solo. And then all of a sudden he's got it. Now he's got a lightsaber, and then he kills all the Knights of Ren. And you know what? The Knights of Ren, it's like I wanted them in the first film. I wanted them in the second film. They show up. They're on the screen for like maybe 5 minutes. They do nothing. They don't do anything cool. There's no reason. It's like, I don't care. It's like they're literally, I mean, like you could have been killing statues. Kylo Ren could have literally been killing statue people. It would have made no difference. The scene where Rey goes around killing some Sith guards or something, it's like, I can't even tell what's going on. I don't care. These guys don't seem badass. Oh, and every single person in the movie is evidently a crack shot. I mean, the best shot in the entire world. Every single person. Poe, Rey, I've forgotten the black guy's name, the stormtrooper. Every single one of them, every time they shoot at anyone, kill shot, kill shot, kill shot, kill shot. I mean, they mow down like 100 stormtroopers, and they just every single time they shoot, like they shoot 5 times. Like I mean, it's like every single. Did you see? What was it called? Serenity. Do you guys see the Serenity movie, right? And the girl looks without looking and she shoots all of them? That's literally the entire movie. It's basically like everyone has magical force powers where they can't miss at all. And every single, it's kill shot, kill shot, kill shot, kill shot. They walk into a room and they go, boop, 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 boop. Everybody's dead, right? I mean, like literally, stormtroopers, like why do we even, I mean, the stormtroopers are basically completely useless. Oh, and then the ship, the sand crawling tanks, right? The tank things, you saw them in the preview, right? They look stupid and ridiculous in the preview. They make no sense whatsoever. All right, in this universe, we have anti-gravity scooters, scout ships, whatever they're called, right? They can float. Why in the world would the Empire, or anybody for that matter, literally, the poor people have these anti-gravity ships, right? But yet the military can't have them. They've got these stupid snowmobiles that look like tanks that completely defy. Number one, how do you steer that thing? It's just a track. You can go one direction or the other direction. And how would it even manage to keep up with a floating anti-gravity ship that could obviously do 100 miles an hour, no problem, no issues, doesn't get to hit the terrain, nothing, can go over rocks, whatever. Completely terrainless. Then that brings me to the next point. They literally, you guys saw the previews where there's a boat. For some weird reason, they got to take a boat to the old Death Star. Why? Why? In a universe of anti-gravity, scout ships, motherships, spaceships, they literally have to take a boat. Explain to me why you have to take a boat in that, you saw those big giant waves. They got to take a boat over that. Why? What possible reason? Except for we have to make it look dangerous, even though it's clearly not. I mean, because you could just fly a ship over there, drop off the people, and 20 seconds, literally. Just fly over 10, I mean, bam, bam, done, right? Nothing in this movie was exciting. Nothing was new. Everything was, it was either A, fan service, and like just ridiculous, stupid fan service. Like literally, we get a shot of 2 Ewoks from behind. I think maybe one looks over his shoulder. So what? I mean, what is it? And they're like watching the Sith. They're watching the battle up in space, right? And it's supposed to be in the expanded universe off where no one can get to it. That's the other thing. It's like all these ships show up at the end to fight the bad Sith fleet, right? But the Sith fleet can't get out because they need navigation, right? So they can't actually get out. But evidently, every single basically fishing boats can come through, navigate this hard navigation thing all by themselves. Evidently, anybody, everyone can come to the party, but the Sith can't leave the party. How does that make any sense? They have to have some sort of special navigation, and then every single one of those ships has like thousands and thousands of Sith troopers on them, right? But they have to have some sort of one ship to navigate out. But the entire fleet of just random ships of fishing boats basically can come through. And how does that make sense, guys? How does it make sense that fishing boats can go up against basically 1,000 Death Destroyers, Star Destroyers? I mean, how does that even make sense? How does that even make sense? You have Star Destroyers with soldiers on board, and they literally they say, hey, these ships are coming in. They don't have a navy, they don't have a fleet. And he says, oh, it's not a fleet, it's just normal ships. Okay, so you're telling me normal ships are going to go, normal ships, not fighters, not frigates, not battleships. These are just normal ships with normal guns are going to go up against a Sith, both supposed to be badass Sith fleet, right? How's that even possible? No, it's ridiculous. Okay, and now the pace de resistance, right? The stupidest moment in the entire movie, and you know what's going to be. It's the end of the movie, right? Palpatine shoots force lightning from his fingertips into the sky and hits every single ship in the sky, right? Okay, he has all this immense power, right? Brand new force power, right? We're getting that. We got the healing force power now. Evidently, all Jedis, every single Jedi. This isn't a special power that just one Jedi has. No, every single Jedi evidently has the force power. Oh. And the stormtrooper, I've forgotten what his name. Finn, stormtrooper. Now he suddenly got the entire movie, he's like, I have a feeling that Chewie's on that ship. I have a feeling that Rey's of it. Basically, they've said he's a Jedi. So Finn's now a Jedi. Congratulations, Finn's a Jedi. Just out of the blue. It never happened before. Oh, all the people on horses. Those used to be stormtroopers in the First Order, right? How does that make sense, right? But they have bow and arrows now, and now the head leader, the girl, is like really good with a bow and arrow. She literally shoots a bow and arrow at a guy on a jetpack and hits him and blows him out of the sky. Why in the world would she be using a bow and arrow? She was literally a stormtrooper. She should have a rifle that was issued to her. Why would they give those up? Why would they give up their armor? Why do these stormtroopers even wear armor at this point? Like I said, literally, you can just one-shot every single one of them. They're like clay pigeons. They're nothing. They blow them away every single time. It's just mind-boggling. All right, now we go into the throne room where Rey is fighting the Emperor, and Ben suddenly switches sides. Why? Why in the world is Ben switching sides? What does this make sense? Why does Kylo Ren gotta switch sides? Because it's that whole Darth Vader thing. Darth Vader switched sides because that was his son. Alright? The Emperor was killing his son, right? And that's the thing that pushed Darth Vader over the edge. Darth Vader wanted his son to join him on the dark side, but didn't want to kill his son, right? When the Emperor went to kill his son, that's when Darth Vader switched over, right? He switched over, right? Ben doesn't have a son. Ben's mom is dead. He killed his father. What is the possible reason would he give a shit about any of these people? And Rey, he's suddenly in love with Rey, and Rey's suddenly in love with him. What does that mean? How is that possible? What seriously? Seriously, you honestly think that someone is just like, I got a vision of someone in my head and I'm suddenly in love? Who are these people? That's like kitty love. Number one, literally, Kylo Ren is ahead of the First Order. He can have 50 million chicks, anyone he wants, and he's like hung up on one girl he's hardly even met in person, or he met one time, right? How does that even make sense? This isn't somebody he's dated. How has he got this, this deep connection to her? He's connected to her by divorce. I mean, come on. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And he's going to switch sides because his mom, talked to him one time through the Force? That makes no sense whatsoever. Why? Why would he do that? Why? What? None of this makes sense. Oh, and you know what? This funny part is J.J. Abrams had no mystery boxes. There's no mystery in this entire movie. Nothing whatsoever. He said, no mystery box, guys. We can't use that tool. And you know what? That's his only tool. A.J. Abrams' only tool is the mystery box. That's all he has. That is it. I mean, think about Lost, the TV show he did. Think about it without the mystery box. It is no show. I mean, there's nothing. And just guess what? J.J. Abrams, he just signed a deal for Warner Brothers. Oh my God. I know I'm on a rant here, but I knew I was going to be on a rant. I knew I was going to hate this movie, and I knew I was going to do this video. All right? And the whole reason why I'm doing this video is because this is business, guys. Business. They just slaughtered a $1 billion business. They had the golden ticket. I mean, the golden goose is just laying eggs. And instead of just letting it lay some eggs, one after another, they killed the golden goose. They put it on the fire and they ate it. They ate it. Last part, and then I'll close this out and just we can go back to videos about success and making money. This is you know what? It pisses me off when people make monumental mistakes in finance or success or in life. It's just it's so easy. They could have, literally anyone could have made a good Star Wars movie. And that's the thing is if all you needed to do is just give us a decent Star Wars movie with decent characters, decent character development, and we would have loved it, we would have lined up for it, and we would have loved it regardless, all right? That was too much to ask for. Last thing. Rey and Ben go up against the Emperor. Emperor sucks them dry so that he can basically come back to life. He was basically falling apart when he first talked to him. He sucks them dry of their energy, so they're basically both of them collapse and they're almost dead, right? Then he throws Ben off in a cliff, whatever, and it's fan service again. He's like, I will throw you like I threw the other. Like I was thrown down the hole. It's seriously? You holding a grudge about that? He didn't even do that. It's not him that threw you down the pit. What does that even mean, right? It's just fan service. It's just, hey, look, we did this in another movie, we're going to do it in this movie. Hey, look, literally the entire movie's hey, we did this in another movie, we're going to do it in this movie. Except for the girls kissing and the complete lack of anybody who looked like they knew what they were doing. Literally, no one in the Rebel Army looks like they know it. Actually, luckily this time, I'll give them the one compliment in this entire movie. It looked like the Army was competent as far as their leadership. They looked a little more competent this time, right? But, they literally were useless because they won not a single battle. Not a single time did you ever see anyone do anything cool or actually accomplish anything on the bad guy side. They were completely mowed under every time they went up against Rey and Finn and Poe. They're basically invincible. These guys are the best. Literally, they shoot and, they just don't even have to look. It's just bam, 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 and everyone's dead. It's crazy, right? All right, get this. Ben's down the hole. Rey's there with her little lightsaber, and then the Emperor, at full power, full strength, he's 100% healed. He looks like $1 million. He's ready to go. He's like a Rocky Balboa in his prime, right? He's just absolutely ready, right? Rey comes up with her little lightsaber. She could barely stand up. She gets up, and she's like, I'm going to defeat you now, right? And then he's like, he's literally shooting ships out of the sky with his fingertips with lightning, right? And she's basically at 25% strength, right? So he's like, yeah, okay. You want a little bit of this lightning? He gives her the lightning, right? She takes another lightsaber out. It's like somehow that wouldn't make any difference. The guy's shooting ships out of the sky with his fingertips. She takes another lightsaber, puts them both together, puts it up to him and basically defeats him by reflecting the lightning back by her force power and the essence of Rey. How does that even make sense? How's that even possible? And of course they've got to like kill her off so that they can make it look like she didn't just stomp him into the ground, which is basically what she did. I mean, think about it. If you're at like not even 25%, she's at 10%. If you just basically ran a marathon, right? And the other guy is basically just, he's just taking a fresh drink. He just stayed at a Motel 8 last night. He's refreshed. I mean, he just woke up. I mean, he's ready to go. He's warmed up, and I mean, he's just ready to go. And you basically have just ran an entire marathon and then did 1,000 push-ups, and then after that, I mean, you're completely exhausted, right? You can barely stand up, and then you beat him, right? How is that even how is that even remotely possible? I mean, the only way, evidently, this entire time, Rey has been able to beat the Emperor at any time on 25% or 10% strength. Well, imagine what she could have done at 15. Imagine what she could have done at 50% strength. Oh my God, and at 100%, she would have blew through him like he was paper. Because he's easy to defeat, evidently. You just got to get a Rey to go up there and put her lightsabers together, and that'll do it. Guys, they had the goal. And everybody knows this. I mean, you guys know it. I know it. This is like me repeating the normal stuff. Everybody knows this franchise is going down in flames. And even, I almost feel stupid for even making this video about Star Wars. Why? Because we knew this was going to happen. I knew exactly what was going to happen in this movie. You knew what's going to happen in this movie, and everything that happened in this movie is exactly what you knew. Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter, which we all knew since basically episode 1. We knew that. I mean, it was just blatantly obvious. It had to be. I mean, like, Rian Johnson decided that he wasn't going to play that game, but I mean, that was like, basically, the second movie contradicted the first movie and contradicted all the movies. Now the final movie is going to contradict all the movies, and we're giving out force power. You get a force power. You get a force power. Everybody gets a force power. Everybody's a Jedi. It's wizards in space. They've taken it and made it exactly what they've always complained about: wizard in space. It's clearly wizards in space, right? And they destroyed a $4 billion franchise. You know what? There's a reason why they didn't let George Lucas go to it, because he would have watched this crap and he would have said, "What is this? It is like a Saturday Night Live skit of Star Wars. It is that stupid and boring. It's so boring. So very boring." I literally almost fell asleep like 4 or 5 times. I was so tired. And it just drained. It was draining me. It was like the Emperor was sucking the life out of me. Anyway, guys, the reason why I'm talking about this, guys, is because it's all about success, right? It's about building things that matter, things that people care about, things that you care about, things that I care about. It's about putting actual effort in. It's about success. And Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams and the guy running Disney, Ike, or whatever his name is, all these guys, and Kathleen Kennedy. Why is this woman still running anything? This woman should not be running anything for the rest of her life. You should not put her in charge of the snack machine, all right? Literally, this woman needs to be fired. George Lucas screwed up. The biggest mistake in George Lucas' entire history was ever to trust Kathleen Kennedy with anything except getting him a coffee. That lady is insane. All right? It's just this. And J.J. Abrams, stop giving him movie franchises to destroy. He's a horrible director. Just same tricks over and over again, and they suck. All of them suck. It's stupid. He destroyed Star Wars. He destroyed something that I loved. You know what? If they just put out mediocre Star Wars movies, I would have gone to it. I would have bought the merchandise. I would have had all the hat, the t-shirt, jacket. I would have bought it for gifts for family. All the nieces, all the nephews, any kids that I know, I would be buying them the Star Wars toys. Everybody, I would be just giving Star Wars stuff away. I would be the biggest fan ever. But I haven't bought anything Star Wars since episode 1 because I knew episode 1, I was out. All right? A lot of people, they still hung on. They're like, it'll be okay. No, I knew episode one was bad. The Last Jedi was a complete destruction of Star Wars. I mean, they basically, the deconstruction of everything. And you know what? Guess what's up on the chopping block next? James Bond. James Bond is going to get destroyed. They're going to dismantle the entire franchise. It's like these people, they don't want to make money. They can just printing press to make money. They don't care about making money anymore. I don't know what they care about, but they don't care about money. I mean, you pay $4 billion for the franchise, and then you do everything in your power to destroy it. I mean, I'm sorry. I get frustrated when people they don't do what is in their best interest. It makes no sense. All right? If you guys can explain it to me, please explain it to me in the comments why they destroyed Star Wars. Why on earth would they do this to a franchise that they could literally milk for the rest of time? All right? And also, they've destroyed movies, guys. Going to the movies, it's become even less and less and less, and now that's basically Disney has said, we're just going to do Disney Plus. We're going to put all the theaters out of business. No one's going to go to movies anymore. They're going to be some people are going to go to movies, but it's going to be very, very, they're going to release the movies either a week after they come to the theater or at the same time they come to the theater. Watch. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in the next 12 to 24 months. The movie industry, the rise of Skywalker really was, the ships rising out of the ground was Disney Plus rising up, going, the Sith Lord by the Disney executive, whatever his name is, and Kathleen Kennedy. Oh God. Hopefully, but you know what? And also the next one on the chopping block, Marvel. Marvel's done, guys. It's done. There's no Hulk. There's really no Thor. They're deconstructing Thor next. When they get done with that, what movie the Iron Man's gone? Captain America's gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. James Bond's leaving. It's not gonna be James Bond anymore. It's gonna be like 006 or some crap, right? Star Wars, it's been gone. It left a long time ago, actually. Everything you love, they're gonna remake it, and they're gonna make it 10 times worse, and they're gonna make completely. It's not gonna be about story. It's not gonna be about the concept. It's not gonna be about the original stuff. It's just gonna be. I don't know what it is. I don't understand. If you can explain it in the comments to me. How they take these things that you love and destroy them. They dismantle them piece by piece. And it makes no sense to me, guys. And I apologize. This video is a little bit out of my normal rants and raves, but it still deals with business. It still deals with success. And guys, I hope that you don't make the same decisions that Disney does. When you have a golden goose, don't screw it up. Do what's successful. Do what the people want you to do. Produce good quality content, stuff that enriches and is enjoyable and it makes sense. And it's not just because you have some weird agenda that you want that doesn't even make sense to anyone. All right, you want to show powerful women? Aliens have done it. Underworld did it. There's been a million women who've been extremely powerful that in movies I've enjoyed. Laura Croft, and that I enjoyed those. What is this? What is wrong with these people? Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you tuning in. This is a poor millionaire, and I'd love for you to give me a thumbs up. If you agree with me, you know what? Give me a thumbs down if you thought it was the best movie ever. And like I said, people were cheering for this. Seriously, it's like, I think if they think about it, I think a week from now they'll change their mind and they'll give me a thumbs up. Like you'll give me a thumbs down if you thought this was good, and a week from now you're gonna go, you know what? It was bad. I give you a thumbs up. All right, subscribe. All right, and I'll see you in the next video.